So I am originally from Seattle, but I've lived in several other countries and various US cities. Actually, I was born in Korea. My mother is Korean, and my American father was working in Korea in the 60s and 70s, and met my mom, who worked for the US Air Force. Yeah, so I was born there. So I guess I lived as an expat there, sort of an expat, but although my mom is a local. That might have been the reason why I'm so interested in other cultures, just from growing up with two different cultures. We moved to the States when I was 9, and I guess starting in college, I just started traveling, going on trips abroad. And prior to having kids, I've been to over 45 countries throughout 6 continents. So that's my big passion. And in 1998, I quit my job and I backpacked around the world for a year. So that's where a lot of the countries came in. And I guess 13 years ago, I became a solo parent to fraternal twin girls, Aubrey and Gabriella. And because of them, I launched an indoor children's play cafe outside of Seattle. And it was about 8,600 square feet, nearly 800 square meters, so quite large. It had a large play area for kids 0 to 6 and 3 birthday party rooms and a preschool, a play-based preschool. So I've been a big fan of Peter Gray and play-based learning since then. And it also had a healthy foods cafe. It had Spanish and Mandarin classes, ballet classes, the works. So of course I was working over 100 hours a week and burning myself out. And after launching it and running it for almost 4 years, my kids were getting too old for it. They had attended kindergarten and first grade. Public school wasn't really working for my kids, especially Aubrey, who has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and neither of them liked school, all the rules. I mean, they came from my play-based preschool, which was so freeing, and they were able to play and learn with using their creativity and imagination. And all of a sudden they're in an environment where they had all these rules and they had to queue up and, raise their hand to go to the toilet. And it was just not working out. So I pulled my kids out of school. I sold my business and most of my belongings. And we decided to take a year to travel just to try this world schooling lifestyle. I had heard about world schooling and working as a digital nomad. Now, previously, when I had traveled, I had just saved up money and went and traveled. So this was a new concept for me to be able to work and while I'm traveling. So the first year we traveled around Asia and a little bit of Europe. And then we came back to the States and went again for a couple of years. We spent time in Latin America and then came back, and now we're in Europe and Turkey. So far it's been almost 6 years, and knock on wood, it's been working pretty well so far. We are currently in our 19th foreign country outside the US. So my background professionally is working in sales and marketing. I worked in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and New York, mostly big cities. And I've also had a few entrepreneurial stints. I had already mentioned the play cafe and preschool. While I was traveling, I was really curious about how, all the different ways you can work online or in real life, but moving from place to place. So I have done things like sales and marketing consulting. I sold some products on Amazon. I also taught English online. And then how I know all of you is I helped launch and grow an EdTech startup that we know as Galileo. It's an online global school that my kids attend. They're one of the founding students. And so for over, I think almost 2.5 years, I was helping them launch. I was the onboarding director for a while. And then I launched the Dojo program, the in-person micro school hybrid with Galileo program.